right, guys, what's up? I'm back again. It's your boy Nassim, and let's get into this. On this video, we will be talking about why I never actually stayed lean, why I actually never got as lean as I wanted and stayed there. Let's get into some reasons why this never happened. Out of 11 years of training, eating correctly, and even having a coach in that time frame, for actually 4 years. I've been working out all my life, but I didn't really get deep into it until 2014, where I actually, did my own homework and hired my own coaches and got certified myself and studied human physiology and human psychology to actually understand myself, my body, and calories in general. I think we all have to take into consideration, a lot of us just don't understand calories. That is why the world is fat. They do not understand calories. For that matter, so you're not gonna understand calorie balance, right? So here are some of the reasons why I never stayed lean. So let's go. First things first. When I got done with my diet, I did not have a plan. When you get done with your diet, you have to have a plan. Okay, you're done with the diet. What are you gonna do? You can't go back to your old life. Remember, when you are dieting, you have to become a new person, period. You gotta trash the old person and become a new person. And like one of my favorite fitness influencers said a long time ago, you guys are gonna hate to hear this, but it takes years to get the weight off and keep it off. That's right, you heard it here first. It takes years to get the fat off and keep it off. This is not an easy thing, ladies and gentlemen, because most people have been brainwashed. We all been brainwashed when we were younger. Most of us have been brainwashed to think that we can eat whatever we want, anytime, in any amount, and that's not how the body works for 99% of people, all right? So, back to the matter at hand. So, yeah, I would go off at the end of, if you don't have that plan at the end of the diet and you go back to your old eating pizza, McDonald's, you're gonna balloon back up quick. I ballooned back up so many times, just got straight up fat. Like less than a month, I was already obese again. Why? Because I stopped moving. Like I said, you gotta become a new person, period. You have to become you have to be a transformer, man. Chris Brown got the song Transformers. You have to transform yourself, literally, guys. You got to make yourself into a new person. If you're just looking at it as, well, I'm the same person, and then the diet is separate from that, it's not going to work. It has to be all in tune. You have to transform yourself. That takes time and effort and self-discipline. So like I said, we can't go back to the old eating. We must keep our cardio and or movement up. And we must consistently strength train, whether that be push-ups, pull-ups, bands, or weights. And the calories, you're gonna have to learn how to figure out what your maintenance is. I showed you guys that before. We'll get into that again on another video. So, transform yourself, that's one. You cannot go back to that old person with the old habits, even old people, man. If they're not on what you on, roll solo. And then number two, now, man, there's some people I really love, man. My first coach, if you're seeing this, man, Tony, what's up, man? He's a good guy. But I was told that I, at 5'10", can get up to 215, 9% body fat. That's not happening. And with that gesture, kept me confused for a decade, thinking that I could get that big as a natural athlete. Since I don't take any PEDs, no drugs, no steroids, strictly water and creatine, that's it. And having my calories right, that's it. So being 5'10" for a male, if you want ripped abs, you know, veins everywhere, muscles popping, 160 to 175, somewhere in there. Maybe 170, 160 to 170, maybe 175. If you have a big structure, maybe 175, 180, maybe. But for the most part, 5'10", 160 to 170. That's where you're gonna look crazy with your shirt off. Now with your shirt on, it's a different story. It might be baggy, so you're gonna have to, that's another thing. You're gonna have to change your clothes, but we'll get into that later. So anyway, so basically, you have to transform yourself and then stop this confusion with social media about how big you're supposed to be when you get cut, because they're all wrong. Most of the guys online are on steroids anyway, so it doesn't even matter what they say. So we got those. You can't go back to the old self. Get rid of these false beliefs. Third, your hunger hormones are going to be just like your ghrelin and your leptin are going to be all out of whack, which are your hormones that detects that you're full and the hormone that actually makes you hungrier. These two hormones are going to be out of whack after a long diet, which makes you super hungry after a diet. So this is all comes down to self-discipline. And what do you want to do? What do you want to do with your body? Can you handle the hunger? It's going to be hungry. You're going to be hungry during the diet. So you can try all the tricks and tips and cheat codes as you want. You're going to be hungry. I've even given you guys some cheat codes. We'll get into that in another video. All right. So those are three things that I would say the most that you got to watch out for if you want to stay lean. Transform. You cannot go back to the old foods. All the talk and all the noise from social media, ignore that, and you will be hungry. That's a fact. You will be hungry. So if you cannot handle hunger, I'm not gonna lie to you. If you can't handle hunger, being lean is just not for you. It's not for everybody, man. All right. Some guys are just meant to be bigger guys, man, and there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. I just know what I want for myself, and I know the self-discipline that I have and that I have had in the past. Being as though military, I had a very strict background, a very strict upbringing. So for me, it's easy peasy, man. It's like cake. So I can go through the struggle. I can suffer. Last night I suffered really, really, really bad. I was super hungry last night, but I still did the do, man. I still woke up, you know, hit my banana, got my walk in, already got in like 10,000 steps. And I keeps it moving, man. I keeps it moving. So yes, those are the reasons why I never really stayed lean. And I'll do a part 2 on this because this is getting way too long. But yeah, those are the things. Make sure you know how to handle hunger, transform yourself, and get the noise out. Other people, relatives, social media, the noise in here coming from the media and social media and videos, get it out. All right, y'all, like, share, subscribe. And I see you on the next one, and do me a favor and hit that bell button, baby.